Alrighty guys, well today on Cobra Vids we're gonna record some shorts. Look at those shorts. Dirty, used, abused. Alrighty guys, welcome back to Cobra Vids. For those of you that follow my motorcycle videos, you know that this air filter that's behind this cover needs to be replaced. But I had a question, or a thought actually. I asked myself, can that filter be cleaned and reused? So, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to remove this filter, and it is dirty. Believe me, it's dirty. I'm not lying. All right. So you know how there's a lot of those K&N filters going around that you could spray out and clean up, and then you oil it up again, and then you reuse it. Well, I was thinking about this material that this air filter is made of, and it happens to be made of a red filter material. Duh, right? So my thought is, how much different is it from a K&N? Because it looks kind of like a K&N type of filter material. And keep in mind, if I screw up this filter, it really doesn't matter, because I am just going to buy a new one. But it would be really neat to be able to clean it up and dry it out, and it be actually usable, because that would be such a money saver, don't you think? So, see how dirty this thing is? It is pretty dirty, and I'm sure it will come across on the camera just fine. It's very filthy, very plugged up, and that's probably why my bike is gutless when I get on it. So, it needs to be cleaned or replaced. So, let's go ahead and just come on over here. We're gonna come right here. Okay, let's aim this camera down here. Okay, so we're just going to get a light degreaser. It's kind of like a kitchen degreaser, because blowing this out with air is impossible because it's kind of oily. So I don't know. Getting this wet is probably going to deteriorate it. It's going to start falling apart. So I'm kind of ready for it. So I was just going to soak it in there a little bit and then spray it out with water and see if it does anything. So after getting it wet with the light degreaser, the material doesn't seem like it's falling apart. It feels like it's still pretty intact. So let's go ahead and spray it out and see if anything comes out of it. Oh look, yeah. It's definitely cleaner, but let's blow it from the back side now. I don't see a bunch of it running off like I thought I was going to have. I'm sure if I got a harsher chemical, it would do better, but I don't want that chemical to destroy the paper, because I want to try to reuse this just as an experiment, guys, okay? Okay, so I'm going to just let this sit here and soak in the juices, and we'll see if it comes any cleaner. Alrighty, so this will be the last. Oh, your gloves, son. Your gloves. Alrighty, well, this is as much as clean as I'm going to get it, right there. And I tell you what, man, it really came very clean, but it's still a little damp. I blew it out with my air hose really good to dry it out, but it's still damp. So I'm going to let it dry a little bit more until it's fully dry. And then we'll go ahead and put it back on the bike and see if it revs up better. Because I tell you what, I changed the plugs on the bike, and when I went to rev it up, you know, because it started up and it idled beautifully. Very smooth, very good idle. But then when I revved it up, it kind of bogged down and then it took off. So I immediately pulled this off thinking, you know what, it needs to be replaced. And it does. But for the sake of YouTube, I wanted to see if it was be possible to clean this. Because let's say if you were out on a very long road trip, and then all of a sudden your bike started acting up, you pulled your filter off and it was completely dirty. You know, I mean, could you clean it on the road, dry it up, you know, and then wake up in the morning and get back on the road, you know? It just bear with me, guys. It's just a little experiment. As long as the material is not falling apart when it's fully dry, I'm going to put it back in because, I mean, it couldn't have got any worse. At least, I don't think so. But anyway, we'll go let this dry and then we'll get it back on and we'll be right back with you. Well, alright guys, I'm like at work right now. This is in between me dealing with that filter. But I'll do a end of the video in just a minute and let you know the updates on that air filter. But I was just driving. I'm at work, so don't tell my boss. But I'm at work right now, and I had a thought that I wanted to put out there. Who can tell me why every Dodge Charger or Chevy Camaro, everyone I see, no matter how new or old it is, it's beat up. It looks like a big piece of shit. But when you look at the Mustangs, most of the Mustangs are kept clean, looking great. I just want to hear a few opinions about why that is. Are Mustang owners better to their cars? Do they understand that if you take care of something, it will last forever? I don't know. That could be the difference between why people buy Chevy. You know, if they're not smart enough to know that maintenance is the key to longevity, then, you know, yeah. But anyway, boss is calling. Gotta go. Well, what can I say, guys? What can I say? All right, so this morning I wake up to get ready for work. It was 5 a.m. and I'm like, holy crap, I forgot to put my filter back in. So I couldn't film me putting my filter back in to show you what it looked like when I put it back in, but I guarantee you that when I got it, it was completely bone dry, and the material was very solid. It wasn't peeling, it wasn't flaking away. I was moving around, pulling on it, and it was completely solid. So the question to this experiment was, can you degrease and wash out a Kawasaki stock air filter and use it again with improvements? And the answer is yes. When I fired it up and took off, it felt like my bike was running smoother and with a little more pep. But it still seems like it's a little restricted. So, would I do this regular basis and reuse air filters? No. But if I was out on a long ride and going across the country and I realize that my air filter is dirty, I could easily clean it up, stick it back in, and use it again until I could get somewhere to put a brand new one in there. So that was the intent of the experiment, is to see if I could, and I can. But would I? No. Alrighty guys, well that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some information that you can use. So yeah, that's going to wrap it up. Alright guys, if you haven't done so already, you know all this. I guess I'll tell you again. Go ahead and subscribe, like, ring the bell, tag the bell, click the bell, whatever you want to do. What the hell, right? Alright guys, we'll catch you on the next one. Stay safe. Stay free. Both wheels down.